So in this video, I would like to show two types of mental models that most of the billionaires, like entrepreneurs, businessmen, and like those kind of people use daily, like in order to solve specific complex problems, or in order to get the most results with the least effort, right? So they use these two types of mental models in order to achieve the better output, the better results, or in order to solve a complex problem in the most efficient way. So yeah, so if you are an entrepreneur or businessman, you may have heard of it. You may have already heard of it and use of it, all of them, or two of them. You may have heard of it, but if you are someone who is just like new to the business or entrepreneurship, then you may not have of it. You may not heard of it. You may haven't heard of it, but that's fine because I'm going to show these two types of mental models in this video. So I also had a chance. I also was given a chance to learn these two types of mental models at a very young age. So I'm very grateful for it as well. So yeah, so let's start with the first one. The first one is about first principle thinking. So I think most of you guys may have already heard of Elon Musk, right? Who is Elon Musk? So he is the richest man on this earth, on this world, right? He is considered and labeled as the richest man in this planet. And also he is an entrepreneur, he is a businessman, and he has founded several companies and businesses for including Twitter and like spaceship, SpaceX, right? Big companies, right? And when he started that his company like spaceship, he tried to buy entire spaceships before he started his company. But he tried to buy a lot of spaceship, but the price is not too much pleasing. The price is a problem. So he tried to negotiate with the seller, but they was not they were not agreeing with the request, right? So what Elon Musk did was so amazing. So he calculated the total cost of the raw materials required to build the entire spaceship. So instead of just trying to buy from the seller, but instead of just trying to buy the ready-made spaceship, he decided to build his own. So he founded a company, and when he calculated that the total cost, he found out that the total cost of all the required raw materials, is a lot cheaper than the entire like buying a new spaceship or buying a ready-made new spaceship. So he decided to all in. So he decided to build the spaceship business by himself. So he hired some of the best people in the industry. So yeah, so the rest is the history, right? So the lesson in this story is that he didn't just take the assumptions of other people. He didn't just take the opinions of other people, even though they may be the experts. He didn't take any of them. Instead, what he did was that he decided to go all to the bottom, all to the ground, and he started building from that ground up to the heaven, to the cloud, to the sky, right? He decided to go to the bottom and calculate all the requirements instead of just assumption, right? For example, you can't build the entire spaceship, it's too expensive, etc. He didn't take any of those words accountable. So he decided to actually take action. He took action and decided to build everything by himself with a good team from scratch to the sky. Right, so the lesson is that he didn't take any assumption. He just went to the basic fundamentals that is enough for everyone to start doing something meaningful. right? He just stick to the fundamentals. He didn't take any other opinions. He didn't need it. He just needs the raw materials, the raw fundamentals, the raw basics that will teach him how to do amazing work with just some tweaks, with some creativity, innovation, and of course like some support, right? So yeah, that's how he used first principle thinking to solve how to build cheaper spaceship and which are also reusable, right? So he solved one of the biggest problems in the humankind history. Thanks to him, spaceship right now, current spaceship can be now useful, like can now be reused, so they don't have to build entire new spaceship whenever like they want to launch a new one, right? They can just reuse the old one and launch it with some improvement and some optimization, those kind of things. Right, so he solved the biggest problem, one of the biggest problems, so he became one of the richest men. Well, like he's now becoming the richest man, right? Not one of them, but the richest, right? So yeah, that's how billionaires use first principle thinking to solve a complex problem and to turn the problem into something that is opportunistic. Yeah. And the second meta model is about leverage thinking. So there is four types of leverage, and I know like everyone would know it. The first one is about content. The second one is about capital. The third one is about code. The fourth one is about communication. So the first one is about content. So it's about building personal brand. It can be like building monetization channel. It can be about building some brand about your company. It can be PR, those kind of things, right? It's just like building a social presence of your brand, of your social life, of yourself or of your company, right? You just build the present, social presence, so that people will know how to perceive your brand, your identity. It's just about like marketing, right? It's just about marketing, but also like marketing and branding is a little bit different as well. So branding is just about like providing value and not having call to action, right? They don't usually include call to action in their posts, in their videos, whatever they post, right? They don't have call to action usually, but for marketing they usually have, mostly they have call to actions, right? And whether it is at the end of the video or at the end of the letter, the post, whatever it is, they usually include call to action so that the buyer, the audience can know that there is a product that can solve, I don't know, specific problem that they are having, and so they can check out the product or service. If they like, if they are interested, they can book an appointment or those kind of things, right? So, but like branding, for branding, you can use the social media and content for both of the purposes. The first one is about branding, and the second one is about marketing. Right? You can use it for whatever you like. Whatever the purpose is, they both will strengthen your company, and they both will differentiate your business, your company, your brand, your identity from the competition. If you do it right, if you do it in the right way, if you do it in the most advanced and unique way as possible. And the second leverage is about capital. So it's about like spending your money, spending the revenue, spending the profit, spending whatever money you have, and reinvest into the company. For example, like hiring the best talented people, hiring the best executive, hiring the best expert in specific industry, right? And then it can be also like spending money to buy system, right? For example, in technology, it can be cybersecurity or automations, or using money for marketing, branding, sales, customer support, whatever it is, right? So you can literally spend money to get what you want. So even if you want to learn something, you can literally hire someone, an expert in that industry, to teach you about that thing, so that you can learn and master that skill set or that industry in a very fast amount of period of time, right? So you can use money in a very wise-ful way. Yeah, so if you use it very well, it will fasten your journey of trying to learn something or trying to build something. because you are buying the all knowledge and experience for almost like at a price of value, right? So you will have saved a lot of time, you will have saved a lot of mistake as well. So yeah, I think it's worth it. Just use money in a right way, in a correct way, right? And the third leverage is about uh, code. So if you can build something that is scalable by itself, that is like that can be like the lever that can solve a lot of people, a lot of the messes around the world. You can become extremely rich in a very short amount of time. Let's say like Facebook, Instagram, those kind of things. Those are like technology companies, right? They have a product, but not physically, digitally, right? They have a platform that most of the people are interested in, so they just build that platform for once. But of course, like they have to make updates, they have to take care of it, they have to take care of the updates and cybersecurity, those kind of things. But they just build the product once. But since the product is scalable, and since the product is interesting and can be it is shareable to other people, the Facebook becomes so much popular and powerful within a very short amount of time. And as well as Google, right? Those kind of technological company usually perform better in scaling because they don't have to like manufacture all those kind of things. They just have to like hire some technological people and optimize it, right? It's not easy stuff. It's not an easy work, but it is very scalable model, right? For example, like building a software as a service platform is much more easier and scalable. But no, I wanna say it is easier because like it's always hard. Whatever business model it is, it's always hard if you don't know how to do it, right? So building a software as a service platform is very hard. Of course, everything is hard. Everything is hard, but it is very scalable and it is very like uh, really worth it if you build it in the right way and just really great model because it doesn't need your requirement, it doesn't need your involvement every single time. You just hire some people and let it run for you, right? So it is very scalable model, and using code in the right way can be your huge advantages and superpower. So use it in the right way. And the last one is about communication and connection. So it's about having the right audience, it's about having the right network, and it's about having like strong identity present, right? So it's not just about being or having a great and strong social presence, but also in the physical identity and existence, right? The word came out of your mouth will define who you are, right? People will judge you, or people will judge you by looking at you and listening to what word, how you say it, what word you say, right? People will judge you by looking at you. So you have to take it off. You have to be careful of the word that came out of your mouth. You have to be extremely careful, and you have to also be good at communication, public speaking, those kind of things. Especially if you are building something big and massive, right? It can be a company, it can be a community. You have to be great at communication because if you don't understand human psychology, those kind of things, right? It will be harder for you to communicate with your audience, communicate with your users. Well, like if you don't know how to use the feedback, how to usually how to use the feedback of your customer, then your business will not grow as much as it should. Right, so you should always know how to communicate with people, users, because not only it will build a strong network around you, but also you will build an entire like high value community that will not be ruined easily. Right, so that's what I want to share about. So there's two types of meta models. The first one is about fast flexible thinking. It's about like ignoring all the assumptions and just finding the raw truth and start building from that. And the second one is about leverage thinking. So there's four types of leverage. The first one is capital. It's about money. You can use it to hire people, whatever it is, right? And the second one is about code. It is building like something that is very scalable. That is building something that is very scalable and it can solve to a lot of the messes, right? And the third leverage is about Content is like building a personal brand, building an identity, building a social presence about your brand, about your company, those kind of things, right? And the last one is about communication. It's about building a strong network, not only like group by group, but also like in person, right? So yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video, and I will see you in the next video with another value as well. So thank you for watching, and goodbye. Goodbye.